You guys, you have to believe me when I say I would rather fist fight 12 chimpanzees in a banana suit than watch Madame Web again. I didn't expect this movie to be good, and to be honest, I don't think anyone did. Ever since I saw the promo image where she's all, "Stop right there, crime," I knew it would be doomed, but I in no way thought that it could be this bad. Also, she only wears that suit for about 10 seconds at the end of the movie, by the way. I genuinely cannot think of a single good thing about this movie. There's so many problems I have with it that I can't even list them all. Madame Web somehow sets up its main character as an asshole in the first 5 minutes of the movie. The main character, I don't remember her name, so I'm just gonna say Madame Web, is a paramedic who opens the movie rushing some lady to the hospital. And once they make it, the little boy child of the lady walks up to her with a drawing of his family trying to thank her for saving his mom. Now, his drawing was shitty, don't get me wrong. Little bro is not gonna make it as a painter. But the natural human response to that is to appreciate the offer. Madame Web is not any ordinary human though. She basically told bro to kick rocks and threw away his drawing because she got mommy issues. None of the characters in this movie were really likable at all. The main cast is Madame Web and 3 teenage girls who are getting hunted by the bad guy because he thinks they're gonna become superheroes and kill him in the future. Why would he think that, you might ask? He saw it in a dream. There was no chemistry between this group at all. They're basically all assholes to each other the whole time until they bond 3/4 through the movie because of their shared mommy issues. Their relationship throughout the movie was basically Madame Web using her psychic powers and the other 3 complaining. And I'm in no way biased towards the actresses at all. Madame Web is the lady from 50 Shades of Grey, which I've never watched. But if you guys want me to review that one, I guess I could take one for the team. Now, nobody really watches superhero movies for the characters. They just want to watch people beat the shit out of each other. And Madame Web does something no other action movie has been brave enough to do. Tell you exactly how each fight's gonna end before it starts. I get that she's a psychic and all, but it really takes all the tension out of the climax of the movie by showing the bad guy get his shit rocked before it even begins. Also, the director was definitely on that white pixie dust when thinking of the fight scenes. I can just imagine the board meeting going, "Hey Mr. Director sir, what should we do in the first fight scene with Madame Web and the bad guy?" "Hit him with a car!" "Okay, that sounds great. Now, what should we do for the second one?" "Hit him with a car again!" "Okay, we got one more left. Do you want to hit him with a car again?" "Fireworks!" The fight scenes were lazy and filled with CGI that could have been made in the Me Creator, which really just makes me question where the budget went. This movie had an $80 million budget, but the CGI looked terrible. They definitely weren't spending a lot on the script. Respectfully, I wouldn't say there's any A-list actors in here. And I mean, they couldn't even afford to give the bad guy shoes, man. They had him wearing a full suit, confident, dapper as hell. They made him walk around barefoot on the ground like a hobbit. If you can't even afford to give the main villain shoes, where is the money going, Disney? And if you're gonna make it so obvious you are laundering your budget for this movie, why was the Pepsi logo showing in 90% of it? They at least tried to keep it subtle in the beginning by just having a Pepsi can in frame the whole time. But of course, in the last fight scene climax of the movie, they made them fight in front of a giant Pepsi billboard so that the director could get a little extra gambling money. I think they asked for money to make this movie, secretly gave 70 million of it to the Marvels, and then just worked with the rest. Also, to be completely honest, the villain was a dumbass. Like absolute thunderhead. His entire goal is to kill these 3 teenagers before they become superheroes in the future and kill them. They never explain why or how they'll become superheroes, by the way. But he catches up to them in their first interaction, and conveniently, Madame Web and the teenagers got stopped by some cops. But instead of just quickly killing the teenagers, he's made it his life's mission to kill while he had the chance. He starts taking out the cops who didn't even know he was there one by one and lets them get away. And his suit looks like it's made from the same material as one of those Walmart basketballs. Okay, calm down, Tweedle. Let's just think of all the good things this movie did right. Nah, there's not any. They changed their powers in the very last fight by ripping the line from Spider-Man where Uncle Ben's all, "With great power comes great responsibility." And Madame Web, she cheated off Spider-Man's paper but didn't want to make it too obvious, so she said, "Once you have great responsibility, it will come with great power." And then her powers very conveniently change from just being a psychic to having ghost clones that can be in multiple places at the same time. Which is probably accurate in some comic, but her voodoo magic did not translate on screen. I would say this movie would be great to watch with friends solely for the purpose of talking shit about it. But watching this movie made me hate superheroes, paramedics, and women. That was a joke. I'm a big fan of paramedics. So overall, I'm gonna give Madame Web a Tweedle patented score of out of 10. This film made me want to go retreat to a jungle in the Philippines and start building shit out of mud like those guys on YouTube. So if you haven't watched Madame Web, don't. And if you have,